Hey everyone, welcome back to another pick a card reading. It's been a while since I had a video out. I've been pretty busy, so unfortunately I wasn't able to make any videos for the meantime. But I also want to thank everyone for all the nice comments, the subs. I really appreciate it. I'm really glad that everyone is genuinely enjoying these videos. So very happy about that. So today we'll be asking the question on should you leave or should you stay, particularly in relationships, friendships, pertaining dating, things of that sort. So I'm gonna shuffle the cards. Give it a shuffle. Hope everyone's having a good beginning of the week. I had a good weekend also. Alright, this she's there. Alright. Sorry it's taking a while to shuffle these. I like to keep going until I actually feel like it's time to stop. So okay. Alright, so we have card number 1. Oh, yes, card number 1, number 2, and number 3. So at this time, I'll ask you to relax, focus on your breathing and just choose a card that really you feel connected to. Don't think too hard about it and just kind of feel the cards, which one you like, 1, 2, or 3. Sometimes if you're having difficulty choosing one, I like to kind of close my eyes and sometimes you see the cards glowing a little bit more. That's how I do it sometimes. And I'll leave a timestamp below so you can find what cards they are. Okay, so we have card number 1 and we have the Fool. I told myself I wasn't going to do reversals, but I get the sense that it should be this way. So, sorry, I'm not too sure if you could see that. So we have the Fool. The Fool. What does the Fool have to say? The Fool. Yeah. So, I initially felt the need to talk about, possibly a little bit of there isn't much direction going on. You could be, I feel like this could be someone, I'm not too sure if it's you or the person you're dealing with, but someone seems to be kind of going down a path where they're very unsure of, and it's kind of affecting their personality. This could be a really stubborn person or someone who doesn't really think they kind of talk before they think, which can cause a lot of trouble or get them into a lot of trouble. And right, so this is definitely like, all of this is just all about uncertainty, kind of like out of control feeling. Like it's like almost like you're in a car but you can't control where it's going or how fast or how slow it'll go. It's very like unpredictable. It changes left and right. There's really no clear path or clear sight of what's at the end. There's many insecurities happening with you or someone you're dealing with, and there's a lot of trust issues. There's a lot of feeling like you don't believe them at all. And with that said, this is like the card of ultimate confusion when it's in reverse. So definitely I feel like, obviously, yeah, there's just so much uncertainty going on, and I guess it's pretty much you who's dealing with it and trying to find a solution of some sort, trying to understand what you can do. It seems like you've been trying very hard already. This can also be sometimes something feels too good to be true. Maybe many of you are dealing with someone who is really boasting about something, like trying to sell you something like, oh, I can buy you this, like you can have a great life with me, but you're feeling like this is a little bit strange, like, does this person really mean it, or are they just saying that so I'll go out with them, or I'll believe them, kind of giving like, this could be someone who's giving very very baited. I feel like it's baiting you to like take the shiny object, but they might not be completely truthful, or they are, but that's something they wish they could do for you, but they just can't right now. And I feel like, should you leave or should you go with this card? I'll let you decide, because I'll tell you what I'm getting from this card. And the thing is, with this card in reverse or even upright, it still means the same thing. This is someone who needs to be on a path on self-discovery. Many of you can be starting something brand new, or something you have to focus on more. Like, perhaps many of you are going through a job interview, starting something brand new. You know what I mean? Anything brand new you could think of, many of you are going through that. And this card is warning you that if you don't pay attention to these important changes that you have coming, or things that you have to get ready for, if you don't pay attention to those things, you may lose those opportunities. And I wouldn't say you would miss an opportunity with this person in particular, but I think it's more warning about responsibilities. That's what it's talking about more. So if this situation is really consuming your time and your mental health, then I would say leave. If you could put it on the back burner a little bit and let this play out a little bit longer and then focus on yourself, then give it some time, right? But this card is just warning you to not ignore responsibilities right now. So, of course, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I'll let you kind of decide, or take however you want to take that, yeah, it's just there's just so much uncertainty going on with this person that you're dealing with that it's just really bothering you. And you know, sometimes it's someone, if they refuse to communicate with you, or they just can't be on the same page as you even though you're trying, then sometimes, you know, you gotta give them space and really focus on yourself. This card is definitely telling you, do not ignore your responsibilities right now. There are a lot of I think you guys are going through a lot of things, that big change that you guys want or have to face in. And it's really good for you, these upcoming things, or it's something you have to focus on right now. That's the most important thing. So I'll let you decide on that, right? Hopefully that made sense. Okay, so I'd like to thank you for watching, you know. Feel free to check out the other cards if you like. I found that some people do that. So we'll move on to the second card. So we have card number 2. Oh, this came out again. So we have the 3 of Swords in reverse. I know it's a really scary looking card. Ugh. But this deck that I'm using is very dramatic. I don't know if you like look at some of these cards, like they're just very like, they have beautiful illustrations, but sometimes it can be kind of scary, like this one. Ooh. Anyways, okay, sorry. So 3 of Swords. Should you stay or should you go? What is the message for them? What is the message? This card is this card's so I'm getting the feeling that many of you actually already have this situation that met an end, kind of like maybe not, well, maybe, yeah, okay, I get the feeling that some of you already broke up or had a big fight or decision where you're like, I'm done, I gotta go. I get that feeling. Not for everybody, but that's coming out really strongly with this card. Yeah. Or perhaps many of you got over some sort of difficulty and now you're coming up with a decision like, oh, maybe I kind of like this person still, like they're kind of stringing you back along, you know? And you're thinking like, oh gosh, but these past hurts, like what if they come up again, right? Yeah, I'm definitely getting a heavy feeling that most of you made this decision. Maybe some of you I'm sorry. Maybe some of you are regretting making this decision because it hurts so badly to not have them anymore, or to feel like you gave up. But this card's letting you know that you did it for a reason. It's reminding you that you're feeling the way you feel right now for a particular strong reason. It didn't just come out of nowhere. You're not trying to make decisions based off of no reason, right? Nobody does that, right? Ultimately, people feel hurt and you lose trust, so we start to create a solution, and that's why this came up. So yeah, with this, many of you are also having a difficult time letting go of something. Yeah, you're stuck in a grieving phase, you know, like you're just stuck, you can't get over it, and you don't know what to do. It's kind of like, yeah. But that's okay. This card saying that's okay. It's natural to feel upset. It's natural to feel sad. Feel it, you know? Don't try to cover it up. Don't try to numb yourself. You know, sometimes I understand people do things to try to numb their experiences, but it's very important to kind of feel this pain and to just live through it. Because once you live through it, you're going to be able to be stronger from this end. If you are in a relationship, this is definitely asking you to put your swords away. Some of you are very like can't say sorry, or just really don't want to admit that you were wrong, or maybe if you were not wrong, you just don't, you're still wanting to fight, kind of thing. So if that's the case, this is asking you to put your swords away and to always think before you speak. Try to understand the person, where they're coming from, and try to express yourself in a more clear way so there aren't any misunderstandings. This card is also asking to focus on what's making you sad. What's the real reason why this has happened to you? And what can you do to learn from this experience and to make it better? So if you feel like you need to leave, if you're in a relationship, I would say no. I feel like, I'm not saying I don't, you know, it's really hard to say about this person who you're dealing with, but this message just says to not leave if you're in a relationship, because it's telling you to say sorry. I'm always on your side, really, but if you think you don't need to say sorry, you don't ever, you know, don't ever have to change for anyone, right? Don't ever. If you feel like you don't want to say sorry, don't. I take it back. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but this card would suggest that, you know, kind of give them a chance to talk. You don't have to necessarily say sorry, but do give this a little bit more of an opportunity before you make that drastic decision, okay? That's all. And for someone dating and other people it may apply to, or this applies to, if you're already through this heartbreak phase because of something they personally did to you, then I think you kind of feel what's happening. I feel like already many of you made a decision already, and this card's saying that you're going to learn from that decision you made, a positive learning experience. Yeah. So I can't really say, I don't like to tell people what to do, but in many cases, this is it goes two ways for this one particularly. And I get the vibe that many of you already made a decision to leave, and there are others of you who are about to. So the ones who made the decision already because they personally did something to you that was just wrong, and it was just so hurtful, then I think you kind of know where the river is going to flow, you know? You can't really control that, right? But for some of you who were in an argument, especially people who are in a relationship, doesn't mean you have to be, but if you feel like, if you look deep inside yourself and ask, like, who was right and who was wrong, like, if you were wrong, if you think you were, then give it a chance. Go talk to them and apologize or something. If you feel like you weren't, then let this go the way it should, right? Yeah. So that's the end of that part. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it made sense. And we're going to move on to the last card now. So we have the Hanged Man. He should be this way. Very interesting. Hold on, give me a moment. Let me reposition myself. Okay. Alright, it was this way. So. This one's very similar to this card. So it seems like some of you are going through the same thing with this and that. Yeah. So the Hanged Man in this reading is definitely signifying a pause. There's a lot of delays going on. I'm not too sure with who, but I get the feeling with the person you are dealing with. They're not making a move. They're really slow. They're very indecisive. Or maybe you're the indecisive one. You're the indecisive one and like you don't know what to do right now. You're like stuck, right? Like, oh, what's the next step? What should I do, right? I mean, obviously, I guess that's why you're here, so... But, Hangman, what is it trying to tell us? What are you trying to tell us, Hangman? Oh, I see. Oh. So, with this card in reverse, it seems like you have a very strong feeling that you're not getting back as much as you should be, or perhaps you're investing a lot of time into someone or something, and you feel like you're just not you're not getting any gratitude, or you feel like you're dealing with someone who's very ungrateful. Wow, this card actually goes to this card too. Oh no, sorry. These two definitely are like, this is exactly the same message almost. Seems like a lot of you are sacrificing your own responsibilities for this person. Or maybe you feel like this person isn't sacrificing their responsibilities for you and making you number one priority. And that's just really hurting you. And you're also they're not making you the number one priority, and you are at the same time sacrificing your time for them, right? Vice versa. Yeah, there's definitely a big pause in this situation you're having. The person maybe suddenly stopped talking to you, or you've stopped talking to them. There's a big pause on this whole situation. Right. Kind of almost, yeah. You're just waiting for the best outcome. You're hoping, you're stressed out, you're upset. Some of you are okay with that. Some of you are like, yeah, this person's always like this. What's new? You know? But Or perhaps you're unwilling to do what they want. Maybe they want something from you, or you want something from them. It's just ultimate standstill card, just in general, right? I guess I could go on and on about it. If you're in a relationship, I feel like you can't ignore this problem. Of course, you can wait around, but for how long are you willing to wait, right? So I guess that's why you're here. You're asking if you should or not. It's hard to say because this is a very general reading, but it is saying waiting it out will be fine. This person is going through some stuff, and that if you give it time, then they're most likely going to come around to you, especially obviously, like, I just want to say near the end of the days, like after work or just around dinner time. It seems like that's like the time where they're most active talking to you. So if you wait, if you're willing to wait, then it's fine. But the thing is, you have to be willing to wait. And so this card kind of asks you, like, how long are you willing to wait for this person? Are you really going to continue to sacrifice yourself for this person? But many of you may be okay with that. Some of you are not okay with that. So, sometimes we have to ask ourselves, like, am I currently happy in this situation? Am I happy to wait for them? Are they worth it? Is it worth giving the time? Then yes, of course. But if you feel like it's been like this for so long, and maybe there are a lot of red flags that you already had to deal with, then maybe you should start thinking about yourself and see what makes you happy, right? For people who are dating, who are single, this card can kind of warn about a lot of wishful thinking, a lot of hopefulness for something that's kind of a lost cause. I'm not saying all hope is lost, but it seems like it's been a while and it's been bothering you. So same thing with singles and dating. I wouldn't say it's worth to wait, and I would say that you should probably slowly kind of make a decision for yourself, or keeping your options way more open. You know what I mean? Don't dedicate your time to this person 100%, because will they come around? It's pretty possible they might, but at the same time, it's also possible that they might not. And I think you know why. I have a feeling you do know why. There might be a certain situation that this person is also going through, and it might not be the best time right now for you at this moment, or for each other if you're single or dating. Not saying that it's a bad pick, but sometimes timing is not right, and timing is a little bit better later in the future. I get the heavy sense like during summertime. Like during summertime. But as of right now, this card does ask you to not really wait. For singles and relationships, but for relationships, it's kind of like it's asking, ultimately letting you know, like, you can wait, and it'll be okay, but how long are you willing to wait? Because it seems like you're really tired, So I feel like the card's kind of like, maybe you can do something to speed up the process so you don't have to wait so long. Be a little bit more expressive about how you feel about a situation so they can better understand you. Let people know how you feel. That's with anybody. Let people know how you feel and what you want and what you need, and say it you don't want to blame someone for not giving you what you need. So just let them know in a very calm and very nice way. And if they can't deliver that to you, or they currently are unavailable to give those things to you, then of course you have to make the decision. Are you willing to wait to see if they will give you that in the future? Are you willing to give that risk and that gamble? If you are, then wait. And if that doesn't sound too appealing to you, then I think you know what to do. Alright, you guys, so that's the end of this reading. I hope you guys liked it. I hope it made sense. I'm hoping I can make more videos soon. I really enjoy making these videos for you guys, and I really enjoy seeing all the positive feedback. So thank you so much for all like the positive feedback and all the subs. I really appreciate it. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching.